Hi class, this is the last concept that we are going to talk about when we talk about multiplying polynomials. So in this case, we are going to be multiplying a binomial, which means we have two terms, times a trinomial, which means we have three terms. You'll notice the directions say find each product, which means we're multiplying to get the product using the FOIL method. Now, FOIL is not the particular term that I like to use here because you have more than two binomials. You have a binomial times a trinomial. So I like to think of this as distributing, okay? You have to distribute the first term in the parenthesis to every term in the second parenthesis. So I'm going to draw these three lines to show myself I have to multiply that x times x squared, which means 1 plus 2 would give us x to the third. I multiply x times 3x, which would give us 3x to the second. And I multiply x times negative 6, which gives us negative 6x. Additionally, I have to multiply the second term times every term in the parentheses. So 4 times x squared is 4x squared. 4 times 3x is a positive 12x. And 4 times negative 6 is negative 24. So you notice you end up with this pretty long polynomial here. Obviously, there should be 6 terms when you're multiplying 6 times, and you need to combine your like terms to get your final answer. So in this case, I'm going to bring down the x to the third. There is no other x to the third here to add that with. Then I notice I have 3x squared and negative 4x squared, or no, positive 4x squared. So I'm going to add 3 and 4 together. That would give me 7. And when we are adding, the exponents do not change, so we keep x squared in the result. We notice we have two terms with an x in them, negative 6 and positive 12. So when you add negative 6 and positive 12, you will get a positive 6x as a result. The last thing you notice, you have negative 24. That just is brought down into our final answer, and this x to the third plus 7x squared plus 6x minus 24 would be your final answer for number 1. Continuing down the first column, you're going to follow this process throughout. So k multiplied by every term in that second parenthesis. K times k squared is k to the third. K times negative k is negative k to the second. And k times negative 8 is negative 8k. You also have negative 5 to multiply by each term. So we get negative 5k to the second. Negative 5 times negative 1 would result in a positive 5k, and negative 5 times negative 8 would give us a positive 40. Again, you have k to the third all by itself. You have negative 1k squared and negative 5k squared. That would result in negative 6k squared. You have negative 8k and positive 5k, which would result in negative 3k, and your positive 40 to bring down into your final answer. That would be your result for number 3. Moving on to number 5, you have x to multiply again by every term. So we will get x to the third. X times 2x is 2x squared. X times 1 is 1x. We will then multiply 1 times every term in the parentheses, which would result in 1x squared plus 2x plus 1. At this point, bring down your x to the third, Combine your x squared terms. 2 plus 1 would be 3. Combine your x terms. 1 plus 2 would be 3. And bring down that constant number in your final answer. Okay, in number 7, the last problem here, you'll notice that we actually have a number in front of this first term. So we're going to multiply 3x times everything in the parentheses. So 3x times 5x squared would result in 15x to the third. Do not forget to add those exponents. You will then multiply 3x times 2x. 3 times 2 is 6. Add your x's together, you have x squared. 3x times negative 6. 3 times negative 6 is negative 18, and bring your x along in that final result. We then have a 1 to multiply by everything, which is pretty simple because when you multiply 1 by any term, those terms are going to stay the same. So 1 times 5x would be, or 5x squared, would be 5x squared. 1 times 2x would be 2x. 1 times negative 6 would be negative 6. So in this case, I'm going to bring down my 15x to the third. I'm going to combine my x squareds. 6 plus 5 would be 11x squared. I'm going to combine my x terms. Negative 18 plus 2 would be negative 16x. And I'm going to bring down my constant term of negative 6. So you'll notice there's a pretty similar pattern throughout this concept here. And what I would like you to do in order to finish and turn in this assignment is to complete the even column on your own. So 2, 4, 6, and 8. If you guys could give those a try based on what you just watched here in the video. And if you have questions or need help on any of those problems, please, again, do not hesitate to reach out. And I encourage you to join the Google Meet sessions. Obviously, it's much easier to ask me questions in a live video chat format than it is watching a YouTube video and waiting for me to get back to you. So, good luck with everything this week, and I look forward to seeing you in the Google Meet sessions. Bye.